Welcome. Are you here for a slice of pie? You know, pie is one of the sweet parts of Thanksgiving, and well, we have plenty to be thankful for, don't we? So come on in. Let's have a piece of pie and let's give thanks. Welcome to the kitchen. You know, you might be wondering why an English church is talking about Thanksgiving anyway. Isn't that an American thing? Well, I'll tell you, Thanksgiving isn't just an American thing. It's not even just a holiday. And no, it's not just about the pie. Thanksgiving is a good reminder for all of us who believe in a God who gave us everything, that we have so much to thank God for. So today, to help us remember how to give thanks and what to give thanks for, we're going to be making some buttermilk pie. But I don't want to do that alone. So why don't I get my helper out here? Zipporah, come on out and join me. This is my daughter Zipporah. Zipporah loves working in the kitchen, don't you?
Yes.
And that's one of the things I guess that she kind of inherited from me. You know, it's okay when our fathers kind of pass down good things, isn't it? And today we're going to think about that as we make some buttermilk pie. Mm-hmm. Zipporah, why don't you tell them what they need for some good old buttermilk pie?
Yes. So you'll need 1 cup of butter, melted butter, which is 226 grams of butter if you're measuring in grams. 6 eggs, well beaten. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. 3 cups of sugar, which is 678 grams of sugar if you're measuring in grams. Half a cup of flour, which is 113 grams of flour if you're measuring in grams. And 1 cup of buttermilk, or a 300 milliliter tub.
Okay, let's make some buttermilk pie. A buttermilk pie is also called chess pie. And we're going to start with the eggs. So we're going to take 6 eggs. I'm going to beat them very well.
And while he's doing that, I'm going to take butter, the 1 cup of butter, and I'm going to cut it up into cubes and melt it in the microwave. But you can also melt it in a saucepan on the stove if you prefer to do that.
I can't crack eggs as prettily and one-handed as you do. I have to use both my hands. This is a lot of eggs.
Yes. Does this recipe make 2 pies or 1 pie?
It actually makes more than that, 2 or 3, depending on the size of your pie. Pie pan.
That's why there's so many eggs.
Okay, now that the eggs have been beaten, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla while Zipporah melts the butter that she's diced. One teaspoon of vanilla, and mix that in. And Zipporah's going to add the butter mixture to the beaten eggs and mix that together while I combine the flour and the sugar. Have you measured your sugar yet? Have you noticed how much sweetness there is in this pie? There is a whole lot of sweetness in this pie, a lot of sugar. I hope you enjoy sweet things. I hope you enjoy sweet things because this pie has a lot of sugar in it. You know, our lives have a lot of sugar in it too, because we have a Father who likes to give good gifts. Do you like to give gifts? In the Bible, in Matthew chapter 7, verse 11, Jesus says that just like we as fathers like to give gifts, so God our Father likes to give gifts. And He gives us gifts in such abundance. Think of all the things that He's given us. Think of all the things that we enjoy because of God. God's given us this world to stand on and the beauty of the creation to look at.
And
You love reading. It's hard to get her off books. And He's given us our health, or what health we have. Did you do food?
And food.
Yes. And another kind of gift, He's given us all the talents that we have that enable us to cook the food. That's one of your talents. Or maybe you have a talent for singing or writing, or maybe your talent is horseback riding or driving. Maybe He's given you the talent of simply being able to whistle and walk at the same time. You know, James chapter 1 tells us that every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variations or shadow due to change. Of His own will He brought us forth by the word of truth, that we should be a kind of first fruits of His creatures. More than that, He says that the very life that we live is a gift. And that's something we can be grateful for. My flour and sugar is mixed, and the eggs and butter are mixed. I'm going to add these in a little bit at a time and mix them fully together. Okay? And now that the flour and the sugar is combined with the egg mixture, it's time for our signature ingredient, 1 cup of buttermilk, or near enough 1 cup. We have a 300 milliliter pot, and I just use the whole thing to make 1 cup of buttermilk. We're going to mix that in very slowly. Let me get that added. We're going to mix that in very slowly, fold it in. Don't over mix it at this point. And we'll get our crust ready to pour in. Now, this is a big recipe, so it will fill 2 to 3 pies, depending on the size. I have 3 9-inch pie pans, and we're going to fill them up. I'll remind you that it has flour and whipped eggs, which means that it will rise a little bit in the oven, so I will caution you not to overfill your crust. Let's get these in the oven.
Preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius.
That's 350 degrees Fahrenheit.
Or gas Mach 4.
And we're going to bake them for about 35 to 40 minutes. All right, let's eat some pie. Once you get the pie out of the oven, it should be firmed up, but there will be a nice layer of sugar across the top. And if you'll let it cool down completely before you try to cut it.
Yum.
There is every good sweetness in there. Thank you for joining us for a virtual slice of pie. Stay blessed.
Stay thankful.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye.